Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and it is time for ephemera quartet. So I'm going to take 4 pieces. I'm going to close my eyes, pick 4 pieces out of my unfinished ephemera box. This is my unfinished ephemera box, which has like painty cards and like mixed media kind of things. Some of them are just like doodle. Actually, these all probably should go over here. I've got plain ones over here, but I also have ones that have a start of some sort. So they should probably go over there so that they can get finished. Otherwise they may never. Alright, so what's that? That's just pieces. Okay, so somewhere in here I'm going to pick out 4 pieces, and my eyes are closed, and there's 1, feels like an envelope, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, so I'm going to finish these 4 pieces. That's what my ephemera quartet is. It is an open collaboration. You are free to join if you want to. This is essentially like, it could be in a signature or it could be a journal card. Does need a little bit of strengthening. It was done on this really nice, what is this called? Music paper, and gel plate printed on the other side. And one way that I can preserve the music without, and you know, gain a little strengthen it a little bit, let's see, that has blue, is to use some napkin. I mean, that's red, but that's okay, because I could add little pops of red in there, or let's see what else might work. I don't really want to use like a small print like that, although color-wise it would work with this outside bit. Just because the music is kind of a small print. So for me, mixing prints, well, that might be alright. I'd rather, if I'm going to have small like that, I want something a little bit bigger. Also, well, that'd be like words on music, but if I gesso it a little bit, that would be fine. I can't take these drawers out, unfortunately. Oh, I can take the whole thing. Hold on. There we go. These are my napkins. Ooh. Okay, good. Didn't turn on. So I'm looking for something that might have some blue and red in it, maybe, as a potentiality. Also, I've got tissue in here that I painted. Also, I could do that. That would be one option. We have the chicken. He's got some blue. Actually, the chicken might be fun. Let's do the chicken. And a little bit of maybe those other yellow flowers around him or something. Yep, that's all my napkins. They all fit in that drawer. I have gotten my napkins down to where they fit in the one drawer. Napkins and the patterns and this. I mean, not all my extra blank ones, but you know. So I think the chicken might be fun. And that will help, hopefully help strengthen a little bit, especially if I were to use matte Mod Podge and whatnot. And then we have like this produce stuff over here, which actually, that might be fun. Just kind of behind that. Alright, let's cut this here, since that'll be on the end. And I want to cut this off, because the farmer's market, you would totally have vegetables too, right? Don't worry about it if your napkins get wrinkled. When you glue them down, you can flatten them out, but you know, or you can keep the wrinkles for texture. So, you know, if someone folds a napkin in the mail to send to you, don't be upset about that. It'll come out when you glue it down, or, I mean, if it really bothers you that much, you can iron it on a very low setting. I mean, like super low. All right, I have this yellow down here, so I think I want to use one of these. Now, if you're these already have all their backings off of them. This one does not. So if you are new to the neighborhood, an easy way to get the backing off is just use a little piece of Scotch tape and just pull that. And I think this had 2 backings, but it's down to 1 because I've already taken one off. And then you can save this backing to use. You can stamp on it or whatever, or just use it. It's got a little bit of a print on it, so it could just be used in the background of something that you want something like super subtle for. Or you can use it as cleanup or to blow your nose or whatever you want. I'm going to stick it back in the drawer for now. I just want one of these just kind of in the corner here. I'm going to actually fussy cut this out. I know, crazy. I'll be right back. And I want to push the music to the background, so I'm going to put a little bit of, we could use gesso, acrylic paint, acrylic matte. This one's matte, acrylic matte paint. So I am just going to kind of, and adding the paint can also help strengthen this a little bit. And I could even add a little piece of tape there. Is this one cut off? Yep, that part's cut off. You can brush it on, you can use a card, palette knife, whatever you want to do. I just want to push it back. I don't want to eliminate it completely. So, you know. But also, this isn't in a tube, so it does kind of help to put it on there and then scrape it. And I don't want it on there perfectly either, because that's just my preference. Whoops! Sorry, that was loud. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not going for perfection here. Alright, and I did a really thin layer, so I should, yeah, it's already almost dry. And I think I'm just going to, I like the feeling of the napkin without all the matte medium gel or Mod Podge or whatever wet glue people like to use. So I'm going to use this. Probably should have started on this side. It's alright, I'm just covering the whole thing, because why not? I'm going to put some of this over here. I know that sometimes Carrie the crafter will use some plastic wrap so that he can get it on there nice and straight and not get rips in it. But you can see, you can hardly tell that there were, what's the word I'm looking for? That there were wrinkles in there. That's the word I was looking for. So I'm just kind of starting over here and just kind of bringing it down slowly so I can get the wrinkles out as I come down. It would help if I had 3 hands for this. This is where 3 hands comes in handy. I do not have 3 hands. I just have the 2. I do like that some of the music shows through. If I didn't want the music to show through on him, I could have put more paint there. Of course, that would have taken some effort to figure out exactly where that paint is and everything. To put this down over the other tissue, I'm going to need to be really gentle and careful putting on some glue over that tissue. Just being super careful with that and just pressing lightly, not trying to press too hard on anything. And I actually could tear this a little bit because we got the other chicken starting over there and I don't need the other chicken. Just want the one chicken. The one chicken is enough. And then for this corner up here, I just kind of wanted to have this come down from the corner. So let's carefully. And then this will take a while to dry, so I'm really glad that I went ahead and did that first. Are we going over far enough? Almost. Well, that's okay. If it doesn't go over all the way, it's okay. If there's like a little blank piece with no napkin on it, I'm gonna live. Am I? I think I'm gonna live. Also, I can cut off this overlap and put it right there. That's the other option. If you really want to live, you want to have the glue, you want to have the tissue on there, and you don't want to have to cut out more. Then you just cut off the overlap. Okay, we're just gonna stop touching that with our wet fingers. That would be great. With our gluey fingers. They're not wet, they're gluey. So even kind of worse. Alright. Oh, I had thought about putting some gesso over that so it wouldn't show so much through the flowers. But that would be, I'm going to say that would be impossible to do right now. Because this is, the glue's still wet, but I don't know that I could pick this up. I'm taking chances right now. Yeah, there's just no way. I thought I could try it, but there's not. That's okay. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll cut off the edges, and then we'll have a nice little journal card or a page to go in. I may still have to reinforce this bit here, but the napkin should have reinforced a little bit, and the paint. So that needs to dry. Set that to the side. Let's see, these two need inking, and this is an envelope. So yeah, we might just do a little bit of inking. And we'll have to use these colors. We've got some of this violet purple, some of the orange, some dark green, some yellow. So I'm thinking, where's the peacock maybe? Oh no, my peacock's pretty much gone though, isn't it? This is not green enough. Oh, salvage patina, that's the one that's gone, I think. Ooh, that actually, the tree lot or the blue one, the blue might go on is a little bit. Where is it? Where? All right, let me get my colors, I'll be right back. All right, I grabbed some paints and some inks, and we'll see what I end up with. Now they don't always have to, they don't all have to match this. I just kind of figured if I'm gonna have those out, I might as well do that. I'm just gonna spray and spray with water. If I can find the water that's right in my face. If you spray directly on the paper, you are going to see more spray marks, and it's, you know, just gonna be like what it just did. But that actually, it works all right for this, I think. And you know, if you got extra book page sitting around, just go ahead and get some of that up with that, and you'll be able to use that book page later on for something. And the back side of this, I'm definitely going to want to do something with that as well. See, I think that's magenta, and that is a teal or turquoise that got some yellow into it, and there's some darker purple in there as well. And opposite on the color wheel from yellow is purple. So I think just spray a little bit of that on there, kind of wet it, and oh, that's on both sides. Which is fine. You can decorate both sides of your ephemera. I know a lot of people, like me, leave writing on the back, but you don't have to. You can totes decorate both sides. See, this would most likely be like a flip out, or I don't know, something. I'm going to let that dry, and then I might add some more color. Alright, so this one, that should be permanent ink. Let's hope it is. And so this is Wild Honey. Just going to spray that a little bit on there. We will get some brown, probably. Oops, that's... I'm going to let that drip off there, I think. And then pick it up down there. Can I do that? Nope, can't. Ooh! Ah! Whoops. Hey, if I do this one, the yellow and purple, then I can add it. I have a journal that I'm going to be showing that's for sale that has purple and yellow in it. So then I can add like a fresh journal card to it. Alright, that needs to dry. I will probably pause and dry all this in a second. And this is just on mixed media paper. I had done a neurographic piece and hadn't done anything to it. So I just cut them up into like tag sizes and whatnot for fun. Alright, let's add a little bit of festive berries, which is kind of red. And sure, why not? The wilted violet with it. Red and purple can be fun together. And that's an oxide and an ink, and they're all mixing together. And I will probably do this, because that is a lot. And I don't want it to just kind of run into each other. I mean, it would be fine if it did, but there we go. So now you have an idea of what that will look like. And I've got some collage paper. Hopefully there's no bad words in the book Dune, right? I'll be right back. I'm going to dry all these. So now I'm going to take my matte paint from that I used, well, I was going to say earlier. Did I use it? No, yes, I did use it earlier. Because I also used it in the last video. And just kind of get that on bubble wrap. And we're just going to do little bits of bubble wrap here and there and everywhere, because it's just a nice texture to add. I know some people, it got overused and they don't like to use it. I'm not one of those people. And so here it's even more subtle because I've just used the remnants. Add a little bit more and get it on here. And I went ahead and sprayed the back of this as well. And then I could even come in and do some on this one as well, because it's just fun. I just like it. Do 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 do. I like it like that. It just adds a little something. Even if you can't barely see it, adds a little grunge if nothing else, right? But it's added a little more texture and layers to this bit, and it needed a little something. All right. And you can see on some of these that the color does wick up through because they're water solubles, which is kind of cool because then you don't have these stark white spots on there. You have, you know, they blend in a little bit more. All right, so now I want to pull out my newest stencil design, which is the borders, which I had yesterday. All right, I don't know what this is gonna look like, but I'm gonna mix some magenta with some metallic black just to see what happens. Because that's what I do. I do things just to see what happens. Don't know if I'll like it or not. It'll be a weird, what it'll be. What will it be? I might want to add more magenta. Let's see. Ooh, an interesting deep plum is kind of what I got. I do want more magenta. More. Alright, I'm going to try adding a little bit of the cadmium deep red because I keep thinking I need a little bit more red, so we'll do that. And it's that I had mixed with the metallic black is why. Well, now we're getting more of a burgundy. Not sure that's where I wanted to go either, but I had put too much of the black in. I think I like what it does to like blues and stuff better. Alright, that did not change it up as much as I thought it would. Alright. Well, I think it'll work on this one. Not sure about that one. Also, it will work on this one, I think. Maybe a little bit more red. But I'll start with this one and grab, I'll stick that in the water. Grab a little, well, just cut off the end because that's got a lot of paint on it from yesterday. Because I kind of used that as the whole piece, which was not so smart, but you know. Alright, and you don't want too much on there. You want to take some off. Also, you want to know what you're going to do when they come for you. Let's just do this on the bottom here. So this is a new stencil in the shop called Messy Borders. Just going to try to, doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And the whole point of these was to not be perfect. So I was very much not perfect. So if you're looking for perfect stencils, these are not for you. Just saying. But if you like imperfect, fun, imperfect stencils, they might be for you. All right. Let's just go across here with the line dot dashes, and there's like a line dot dash in the middle, a line dot dot dash in the one side, and a line dot 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 dash on the other side. And you could do it as a border, you could do it across the middle, you could, you know, line it up and cover the whole page even. So that's what that looks like. And then I think I might even, all right, these numbers don't have as many connections because Mariah wanted more connections so that like when people use stencil butter and stuff, they wouldn't get totally destroyed. So this was like, this is a research and development kind of a one. It is a little bit hard to get them straight, but you can cut these apart. You don't have to keep them all together. You can do whatever you like. There we go. So there's that. And then I could even, let's see, do I want to do another one here? We've got circles. We could do more circles. See, it's the circles were not even. That was, I could fix them. They were a separate layer. So you could use them as borders, or you could use them as stripes. But I just had fun making them, and I think I'm going to have fun playing with them. And then we could do this on the edge. Why not? You could do different colors. You could do all the same colors. Do it how you want to. You don't have to do the whole row. I've done some where I've just kind of done it. I'll have to, if I find them, I'll show you, but, or maybe I'll do an example on one of these. So that is kind of fun. That's just using the messy borders all along there. And then over here, what do I want to do over here? I might just come along with, oh, we got the rainbow. Let's just do, well, it's not a yellow brick road. It'll be, it'll be a red brick road instead. So I'm just coming across here, and now it's almost like brick. Kind of, sort of, but not really, because it's messy. It's messy brick. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't think I want to go on the other side. I know it would balance it a little bit, but I kind of don't want to. Ooh, and I almost forgot about these. We could do this over here. That way I have color over here. Just not the square bricks. Just something a little bit different. Oops. Well, we're just gonna go with that. So when you do that, you just come over here and make a stripe. That's all. That's how you fix that, in case you're ever wondering. Alright, so that one is well and goodly decorated and ready to go into a journal. I could, something in the middle here. What? Oh, yeah, I know what. But that needs to dry first. I know exactly what's going to go in the middle there. On this one, let's see. I think, I'm not sure that I want that color. This one, this color will work. I don't want to do anything too wild. I just want a few of these. Whoops, I went offside the edge. You can do something so that doesn't happen, but I do grungy, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm going to come across here and do a few here. See, the other day I didn't have this problem, I think, because I had a smaller piece of tissue, a smaller piece of sponge, I think, is what the other day. And then I'm going to just come right down here, so then it'll show on both sides when it's turned, you know, when it's closed and whatnot. So that's actually fairly close to that color, a little bit more purpley. Alright, I want to come back in with some black on that at some point for drama. And what about this one? I think for this one I want it either more, let's see, more purpley or more reddy? I don't know. And we'll just put that on there and see. We'll see if we like it or not. Let's go over it a couple times. Get it nice and as opaque as I can. Or 3 times. Yeah, it's alright. I think I might come in at the top too, just to mirror it a little bit. Not with the same exact bit, but try to get it somewhat straight. Somewhat. And most people have a cleaner surface than I do. Not like having it. And this is not as bad as it used to be. That's the sad thing. I need to stop comparing it to what it used to be and just be like, just keep doing better. Better is good. Better is good. Better is good. There we go. Oh, look what I did. Oh, well. Got a little bit of something over the edge there. If we get it fast enough, we might be able to get some of it off of there, but Not all of it, probably. Not without. That's all right. What will we do? We will just take a small brush and take some of this and maybe stick it in here so I can spray water into it. And it's splatter time. Just splatter it. There we go. Now if I were to also splatter this with plain water, then that would give me some effects on the background because it's the water soluble inks that are back there. Alright, what about this one? Oh, that might work on that side. Oh, I just did that. Let's see. Oops, big glob right there. That's alright. We'll take that big glob and make it make sense. There we go. And oops. Yeah, too much stuff. Doesn't always do that anymore. That happens less often than it used to. And I'll come in on this side. Really doesn't matter because I mean they're circles. They don't necessarily have a direction per se. And I could even do some in the middle, and then it just looks kind of like it's going across the top there somewhere, like kind of a diagonally kind of deal. See, it just kind of looks like it's going up, almost like bubbles. Tiny bubbles. This was just printed on cardstock on my inkjet, and that was stamped. I think I glued, or no, it was printed on regular paper that I think I glued on cardstock, so that's probably just cardstock, which is now totally, I'm just going to give it a vignette, a little bit of a vignette going around the edge, because why not? Actually, this color works better than I thought it would. And I'm going to use up this paint on something, oh, in my books. I'll just scrape some of that paint in here. On some pages, let's find the scraper. It makes a nice deep dark. That's why I like the metallic black to add to other things. It just, I don't know that it has much of a sheen or shine or anything, but I don't need to cover the whole page, I'm aware. I don't want to cover the whole page, actually. Ooh, there's some of the bits that I put last time. So now you know what to do with extra paint. Just have yourself a little, either whether it's a glue book or an art journal, or even just a regular junk journal, or as my friend Teresa calls it, a chunk journal. Well, hers was chunky. She called it a chunk journal, and I'm like, you know what? I think we could start, like, we use digitals in them, so they're not fully junk journals anymore, right? So the people that complain about them, that's not a real junk journal. Well, just call it a chunk journal, and what can they say? It's chunky. They can't say it's not chunky, because, you know, most of us have really, really wonderfully, oh, chunk, I did get a picture of this, so, but won't those colors look really cool together? Just one a little bit, though, not quite so much. That's more than I wanted. All right, moving on to another page. Oh, and it doesn't always have to be with the scraper. Can also use a brush. Gives a different look. I mean, it's a background, so I'm not looking for perfection. And then you've already got a page started in your book too. And if you usually use colors, a lot of the same colors a lot, you won't have to worry about if it's going to go with something that you like. All right, these need to dry. So you can see some of the other pages in there that I've gotten started. All right, set that down to dry. And grab this one. I had a lot of paint here because I didn't get the color I wanted, so I don't think that's a page. I skipped pages in this one, so let's see. Ooh, I like that teal. This and the teal together will be fun. Sorry if the long brush is causing any kind of blurring, you know, lack of focus issues. There we go. Now I think I can go ahead and wipe that up. I think I've got everything off of here that I possibly can. I'll be right back. Probably could have done it off camera, but whatever. And now I'm just taking some of my really dirty water, my paint water, and just splattering some water on these, which will pick up some of, because a drop of water got on them earlier when I picked up my paintbrush. So I figured I would just go ahead and do it on purpose. If you make a mistake like that, just add more and then it'll look like it was on purpose. Let's see. Do I want to see? So you can see where the water picks up the color. Let's see. Some of this is water, some of that is paint. Sorry. Oh, and if I pick up some of that water, I think had red in it. But if I pick it up before it completely dries, just blot it like that, then we get a little bit of lighter color in the middle and darker color on the outside where I had the watered down paint that I sprayed. I mean that I splattered. And then over here is just the water, the dirty water, but you know. And it's not always pretty, but you know. And then that one I think soaked down into that paper. So there we go with those. Oh, do we want to do that with this? Maybe. Nice big splatters. I want it to be like noticeable. Of course that water's a little dirty too. Dirty water. Oh no, what shall we do? That's alright. That's why everything is grungy that comes out. I mean, if you've been here, you know I say this a lot. It tends to be grungy coming out of my studio because I can't help it. Everything gets dirty all the time. Dirty all the time. Dirty all the time. Alright. Let's see. This one, I need something in, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this in a nice black, bold, black, where is it? My VersaFine Claire Nocturne. Go ahead and use that, or if I could use paint, and if I use paint, then I would just make sure that I clean my stamp right afterwards. These are foam stamps. They are from PM Artist Studio. I have 3 stamp designs now in the shop. This one comes in 2 sizes. The other ones are just the one size for the wings, which she didn't know they were wings when she made them. But now she's seen me use them as wings. The other ones are like Art Deco style kind of shapes and designs. And then these are my wallflower. And then hopefully in April, there'll be a daisy coming out if they get their other machine. Alright, and I'm going to do this a couple more times in this size. And I might even do the smaller size. And I'm going to do it on the back too, because why not? I like to overlap designs. And then I think I'll take the small one and do that in a couple of places too, because why not? Just kind of, there we go. That's fun. I think that's fun. If it's too busy, if something like this is too busy for you, just go over it with a little bit of gesso and push it to the back. But I think that will be fun in a journal. And yes, it's all layered up. I like a layered look. Layers. It's all about layers. For me, I like layers. I do. Just, can we get any off of that? Nope. I could add more paint to it, but yeah, I do. I'm going to add a little bit more. Oh, you know what? You know what I'll do? I'll add white splatters to everything when I'm done. Now this one, I'm not thinking that that would work quite as well on that. I think this might just get a focal point kind of a deal. Like I could even do like a white. Ooh, wouldn't that be striking on there? Just like a white butterfly. Just, I don't know if it's big enough. All right, let me get my focal points. I had them like minutes ago. When I made the last video, that's when I had them. Oh, shoot, I did. They're right here. I knew I did. All right, let's see. Ooh, we have this big owl. I mean, I don't know about that color for him. That color for him could work. These are all a little wild. They're very busy. I'm okay. Busy is, it's okay with me if it's busy. The pink butterfly, that won't show up much. That's not big enough. I need something large-ish. Like one of my birds, maybe. Do we think? Also, it could go sideways. Not this bird, but he'd probably be cute on the back, huh? One of my birds from my bird books. Those kinds of birds is what I'm thinking about. That's not big enough. That's not big enough. All right, let me grab my birds. Okay, I think I want to use the owl on here. I trimmed his toenails. They were just way too sharp and long. This is one of the Tim Holtz pieces, and sometimes what I will do with those is, sorry about my dirty fingernails, peel off the back just to make it thinner, especially if it's going to be an underlayer under something else, which this piece is. And I'm peeling it from the end that I don't care as much about because it's going to be under the owl. But I wanted to bring in some more of the blue. It was just a little overload on the purple for me. So the flowers, and then I don't know if I like that one as well. I don't think I'll put that on. I was going to. I think the flowers are enough. And we've got him something to stand on. He needs something to stand on, so I got him something to stand on. I was looking for my art glitter glue. So go ahead and it's this flower piece that I want to get under there, right? Because I don't really want the bow to show. I just want the flowers to show. So right about there should work. I was going to ink it and then I forgot. Doesn't mean I can't ink it now. Will probably, knowing me, I'll just go over the whole card at some point anyway, just to dull down the brightness a little bit. All right, that really, I could just go ahead and cut off some of that just so that it's not as bulky. You know what I mean? All right. So his little perch will go right about there. He was like the right size for this, and I'm like, all right, so maybe there won't be like a place for an owl card with all these bright colors, but maybe there will. Or, you know, could always cover the back side with some, because I did both sides and I did them both in really bold kind of colors. But I left the other side because the other side is light enough that someone could potentially write on it. So someone could write on this and still see it like in a nice bold pen. So I left this blank back here. I just like it as it is. And added him to here. And I think I will just clip the edges. Actually, there's so much room up here. Now that I said that, I think I'm gonna do, well, I've got my, this is supposed to be a fast video. I don't think it's going as fast as I would like. Oh my goodness, where's the middle? Like real technical there. All right, it was, hold on. All right, So technical, right? Alright, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to go into his head, that's all. That's all I'm saying. It's not a very big... Sometimes I have to go a couple times because apparently it doesn't always do it the first time. Do I want that further? I don't know, because I can never get it the same on both sides. If I do that, it's going to always be just slightly different, and I'm just going to have to live with it. Alright, let's just go ahead and dingy this up a little bit. Where's my coffee? Coffee? Here it is. The coffee ink. That's what I like to ink things with. Not that this needs brown ink or anything, because we got the bright colors, but he's brown, so bring a little bit more brown somewhere. How now, brown cow? Then he'll make a little more sense. It'll be a little bit more grungy. And why not? Do it this side too. Oh, well, I don't have that paint anymore, so can't really come in on the corners over there. So there we go. So there's a tag finished. I'll have to put it under something to help flatten it, right? All right, so we have an envelope finished and a tag finished. This is the quartet, so we've got 2 more we need to finish. Okay, so I think for this one, I want to use these little, they're a little bit blurry. I don't know where I got them. But since I have the chicken on the inside, these little ducklings kind of would make sense, like in a farm journal. So I'm just going to put those on there. I'm going to make it like a side tuck. So if someone wants to hide some journaling in there, they can. Because why not? I mean, no one has to. Maybe no one will even know it's ever there, but it's an option. I really probably should have brought that down a little bit so it covered a little bit of that line, but that's alright. And then I'm just going to put this weird little flower, which comes from Manu Design Studio. She has a bunch of scrapbook type digitals with some interesting focal points and whatnot. And I know it blends in a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So there's this one. And there's the inside, which is interesting. And then there's the back side, which is cute. Alright, so that one is done. And this one is done. We just have one left to make. Oh, this is like the longest ephemera quartet ever. And then this one is done, ready to go in a journal. And then this one needs a little something, something. And when it could go this way even. Probably too long for a side pocket. For a side pocket, that's not a problem. For a side pocket, I would just have to cut it down just a little bit, which would take off that border there, which is probably a good thing. Is that better? Now it is 5.5, which is still a little bit on the long side, but actually I like it better without the margin over there. I think I'm going to take it down this way a little bit. I'm just going to make it a roughed up edged journal tag. That's what I'm going to make it. It's big. Now I got little scraps to use somewhere. And, I mean, his head's more orange than what's in here, but I don't hate him on there, you know? Because this stands out a lot. Let's see. But it doesn't have to be him either. See, this can have a flower, and then more of that will show, right? I don't know. Like, tone it down with something like that, or like, even like, see, this has, well, it's brown, but I don't know, what would you guys do? I have this paper flower, but then it would need something else, like, even just like a word or sentiment or something, or more flowers. Well, I would have liked that one on the ducks. Where'd the ducks go? Can I put both of those on there? Or, actually, I don't like the middle of that one, so I think I'm going to put this one in the middle of that. Just double up that flower, because I like this flower better. I like them more better. And then those, there, I made that work, didn't I? Ha! I mean, I was going to live with it how it was, but I didn't have to if I didn't want to. What do we think about, I like those colors are in the background, so that, I don't hate that. And so, you know, this, you guys think I do things quick sometimes, but really, I don't. sometimes it takes me quite a while to figure it out. Well, if I did do it as a pocket, I still need to make it a little bit shorter. And what do I have for animals? We got this cute bunny. That might be cute, actually. We could do bigger flowers than that, too. We don't have to do the little flowers. We could do more flowers, or, you know, that's too big. So not that. Let's see. There's two of these, which just kind of makes him look like he's in a something full of pink weirdness. But it's really not that bad. That one's more pink than that one. I got more flowers. We don't have to settle for those flowers. I even have, I don't want orange. What do I want? Ooh, that butterfly. But no. No. Do we like this one better? I know I'm overthinking it. I'm aware. If you see me overthinking things and you think I don't know that I'm overthinking it, just know I totally am aware that I'm overthinking it. And I'm in my head singing, don't overthink it, don't overthink it, don't overthink it, don't overthink it. I'm gonna overthink it all the time. Overthink it all the time. No, not that. I saw some. No, not that. I saw a couple of butterflies and I was like, well, are there enough that would work so that I could do like the 3 butterfly thing? But no. Alright, let me find something that is going to actually work and I'll be back. When in doubt, add a mushroom. Can't go wrong with mushrooms, right? Alright, I am going to put a piece of paper in the back. Just book page paper. That's the words that are trying to come out of my face. That's all. That is a lot of smushy glue. Alright, and I want it over to the right just a little bit. That way my mushrooms don't have as much they won't have the book page on the left side of them. Yeah, that's what I want it to not have. Book page on the left. And I'm kind of putting it in the middle-ish, like this way a little bit, but that's alright because it's offset in some areas, so I'm okay with that. Oh, I forgot my flower. I was going to stick this flower underneath the mushroom if I can still lift this up. And that will help to brighten it up a little bit because it's a dark tag. I mean, the book page helped. But there are the white spots on the mushroom itself, so I thought, well, why not? And on the mouse has a little bit of white on his belly, so I thought, why not bring a little bit of white with that flower? You can think of it as a flower, or think of it just like a puff of smoke, or I don't know. This could be anything. Let's see. I am going to round the corners. Because why not? We could just do all kinds of things. And ink it. Ink it with, well, since I've got the tan, and I did ink it the other parts with the coffee, so I will ink it with the coffee. And I can tone down some of the brightness too, if I want to, just kind of smush the coffee coloring all over. Tone it down a little bit. Yellow it out. So, there we go. Got them all done. It is, I kind of want to cut off the bottom a little bit, or I could add, ooh, I wonder if there's a snarky something. Some words. We'll find some words. Alright, she remembered it was something precious. Her little strawberry. And then I'm going to take my charcoal gray Derwent pencil and just add a little bit of ground. Just going to ground them a little bit. And I might even, my water's pretty dirty though. Just kind of, I don't want to get my papers wet though because it will affect them. So I just kind of want to gently get my ground covered. There we go. So that will dry in a minute. Get it? Oh, see, took off some of the things, but that's all right. I'm okay with that. All right, so we're done. I think we're done. Do we want to add any more words? I don't know. I reserve the right to add words. This ephemera quartet was supposed to be quick and fast and easy, but it wasn't, because I added a lot. We'll see. Look how, I mean, he could end up here, but I'll stick him in the envelope because he could work in whatever journal this goes in. All right, so there's this one and this one. He's so cute. Oh, that little mouse. I got that mouse because somebody had done a special order and I wanted to put a mouse in there because the book that they were doing their journal based on had a mouse. And that's why sometimes I get the images I get. I hope you guys have a delightful day. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you watched it double speed, fast forwarded through it, did whatever you needed to do to be able to watch it. Have a delightful day, guys. Love you.